Hello everyone. Those interested in taking the CELPIP exam, my video is going to help you in numerous ways. First, I'll show you the examination pattern. That is a live CELPIP exam. Second, I will also tell you the strategies that will enable you to answer with accuracy in the shortest possible span of time. The reading module has 4 parts. Today, I'm going to discuss part 1 of this exam. So without wasting any time, let's begin. I am going to, a moment please. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you and we go to a live exam on the website. Here you can see, this is a sample question of reading part 1. Okay, this is the passage. What you can do is you can scroll up and down. Okay, and on the right hand side of the screen are the questions. There are a total of 11 questions. You can always scroll up and down, right? I'm going to go back and show you how the timer works. As you can see that we have a timer here. So when you get the question, you get 10 minutes for reading part 1. All right, this is the passage, and my tip number 1 for you is take a paper and a pen and write down who is the sender, the name of the sender. Here it is, Adam. So you will write down Adam and to whom he has sent. So here it has not been mentioned, but it will be somewhere around in the passage that we can perhaps find out. Depends. So this is an official letter, right? And I'll keep on telling you the tips when and where it's required. So you first need to write down the name of the sender. Okay, and then you make an arrow, a horizontal arrow, and then the name of the receiver. Now let's begin reading the passage. To whom it may concern. I don't usually write emails like this, but I had an experience with one of your bus drivers this morning that has stayed with me all day, and I felt I should share it with you. Simple enough to understand. He's talking about his experience, which can be a positive one or a negative one. Now let's read this paragraph. Having recently moved from Gloucester to the downtown area, it has taken me some time to learn the routes of the local buses. I first tried looking at the map at the station and asking my apartment manager, but I still wasn't clear about how to get around town. I also couldn't find any information kiosk near to my home. Nevertheless, I finally figured it out using your online maps and schedules at www.catchmybus.com. So here we have got the name of the company. Okay, so we know. And he has mentioned here, tip number 2, always make a note of proper nouns, that is names of places and people, because when you get the question, you will have to go back to the passage to find out that which name was located, okay, where it was in the passage. So always make a note on the paper that it is but related to the sender, some information related to the sender, like where he lived or who is he talking about, maybe his cousin, his mother, and the names, because these names will figure in the questions, right? Now, this is Gloucester to downtown. So he has recently moved. That means earlier Adam was living in Gloucester and now he is living in downtown area. So you need to make a note of that. So just write the main points, and the rest, I'm sure you might have understood that it took him some time to understand or learn the routes. He tried to look at the map at the station, and he also asked his apartment manager, but still he did not get a clear answer. After that, he could not also find any information kiosk near his home. Then finally he found it here. Okay, so if any questions pertain to this, you will be able to answer this. Remember, a lot of questions are generally taken from this paragraph. In this case, it is the second paragraph, but from the first paragraph, if it is an informal letter, there will be a lot of information in the first paragraph, okay? This is a formal letter, so here less information is given. He is not giving much details about himself. Let's continue with the rest of our paragraph. Over the weekend, I planned the best routes to my new office. So he's planning when? Over the weekend. That means Saturday, Sunday. I knew that I would get on the number 2 at Bank and Queen. So here he's talking about the bus number. Bus number 2 at, I told you, proper noun, Bank and Queen. So you need to write that down as well, that he has planned to take number 2 at the Bank and Queen. Name of places and people, very important. Then transfer to the number 42 once I got to MacLeod. So once he reaches MacLeod, then he will take number 42. However, the weekend was a busy one for me. So in the weekend, he was very busy. And I didn't get caught up on my sleep. Okay, see how he's telling. I was up early enough to get ready for my first day at work. So he was early. I even made my way to the stop at Bank and Queen by 7:30 to catch the 7:37 bus. So he's giving all these details and you need to be careful when he's telling all this. The problem was I closed my eyes for a moment at the bus stop and ended up nodding off. Nodding off means dozing off, like sleeping. Fortunately, when the bus approached, the driver saw me sitting there and honked his horn at me. I was so pleased that he stopped and took a moment to wake me up. If it weren't for him, I would have been late on my first day. He then greeted me with a big smile and said, "Good morning," as I got on the bus. Simple enough to understand, the driver woke him up and he was pleased. In my sleepy haze, I forgot to look at the driver's name tag and I almost left my bag on the bus. Remember, he's saying, almost left my bag on the bus. It does not mean he left it, but he was about to leave. So he's trying to emphasize that he was feeling so sleepy. But perhaps the shift supervisor can look at the schedule. Would you please pass along my thanks to the driver and make sure his excellent customer service is recognized? Regards, Adam Stevenson. All right. So simple enough. We can understand this is a letter of thanks, not an informal letter. It's a semi-formal kind of letter. Now come to the questions. If any word you don't understand, do make use of dictionary because in every passage, there might be some words that you do not understand. And if I explain it right now, perhaps there would be many who would need an explanation for a lot of words, right? That would sound boring. So take the help of dictionary. Now let's begin the questions, okay? Using the drop-down menu, choose the best option according to the information given in the message. Adam now lives. Remember, we had made a point, Gloucester to downtown. Okay, so we now know Adam now lives. Look at the options. It's still, yes, in the downtown area. Number 2, the man is writing about something that happened on. Was it a weekend? No, he was going to office and that was a Monday. Why so? Because he's saying over the weekend, I planned the best routes to my new office. Okay, and the weekend was a busy one for me. I could not sleep. I was up early enough. So after the weekend comes Monday. So you will have to kind of understand these days would not be given, but you'll be able to make out from the language of the passage. Number 3, Adam figured out how to get to work by. How did he know that how he would be able to catch a bus? Checking with his apartment manager? No, he said it was of not a big help. Using the transit information kiosk, that too he was saying he could not find any near his house. Asking one of the bus drivers, it wasn't mentioned in the passage. Visiting the transit webpage, yes, it's written here. I finally figured it out using your online maps and schedules. So the language will be different from the one that you see in the passage. Means you will have to understand that he has found it on the website, online maps, okay, transit webpage. Number 4, Adam's problem that morning was that he didn't wake up on time. No, he was early. Was late for work? No. Missed the bus? No. Was very tired. He is saying that he was feeling very dizzy and sleepy. That means it's not written that he was tired, but out of all the possible options, you can make out the rest were wrong, and this sounds similar to the ones that he has mentioned. Okay, the same words will not be given in the question. The questions will be slightly twisted, and you need to understand the main idea. You need to understand the main information that was given in the passage. Number 5, the most important detail in Adam's message is that he waited in a bus shelter. No. The bus driver honked at him. Yes. He intended to transfer to bus number 42. He was at Bank and Queen at 7:30. So here you can make out that this is also true that he was at Bank and Queen at 7:30. Okay. And he intended to transfer to bus number 42. Clearly, you can make out this is wrong. This was not mentioned anywhere. The bus driver honked at him. Yes. So, and he waited in a bus shelter. This is not, I think, very important because it's the question says the most important detail in Adam's message is that. So option number 1 and 3 are clearly gone now. The bus driver honked at him and he was at Bank and Queen at 7:30. Both of them are correct. But which is the most important detail? I can think that you can make it out now. The bus driver honked at him because this was the most important thing for him, that the driver actually woke him up. Otherwise, he would have missed the bus. Okay. The message expresses what? Gratitude, concern, sadness, excitement. Gratitude means thankfulness. So yes, he's thankful and he wants the message to be passed on to the driver. Now we have completed 6 questions and we are about to finish the time. You can see the timer here, it's ticking. But because I'm explaining, so we will not be able to complete it in time. But when you have the exam, when you're giving the exam, you will be able to see that how much time is left. Now, second part, here is a response to the message. Complete the response by filling in the blanks. Select the best choice for each blank from the drop-down menu. Now, this is the part 2 actually is always like that now the receiver of this letter is writing a reply to the sender. So because he is Adam Stevenson, it's written, Dear Mr. Stevenson. Okay, so the receiver of the letter is writing a reply to Stevenson. And this again has few questions, I think 5. And this is like a letter in which you have to choose what should come, here out of all the options. Tip for attempting this part that I'm giving you is that don't just immediately click on this without reading the complete sentence. Like you can see here, okay, you will need to read what follows because sometimes reading the next sentence gives you a better idea. And in case if you have not read the next sentence, you will end up choosing an incorrect option or maybe not the most relevant option. The options are generally similar. 2 would be outrightly different or wrong, but the rest 2 might be very similar. So might be, it's not a rule, but most of the time it is like that. So now let's see. We truly appreciate your taking the time to tell us about your transit experience, what he could have, written here when he has got a letter of thanks. Tell us about your transit experience. Let us know about the route confusion. There was no route confusion. Return the bag you found on the bus. The bag was not lost. Report a problem with our website. There was no problem. He found the solution. So it is about, tell us about your transit experience. Surveys and forms are all very good, but a personal note is even better. So this is an addition. I'm not surprised that you found the downtown bus routes. Now, don't click on this. No, resist yourself from clicking. First, completely read this sentence. I'm not surprised that you found the downtown bus routes than those you have been used to. So earlier he was living in Gloucester. Look here. So here he was used to maybe the bus service, which was more frequent. Okay, so here. So he did not say that they were less numerous. He did not say they were slower. Yeah, he said that it was complicated. Not exactly complicated. He had said that it was confusing, right? So more complicated would be the right answer. I'm not surprised that you found the downtown bus routes more complicated than those you have been used to. For your reference, the new, don't click here, read the complete sentence, read what follows. For your reference, the new number 616, now this is the name of the bus, will operate from Bank and Queen during peak periods, not now, during peak periods. Let's see what they have written. A map will not operate during peak hours. A shuttle bus can be the right answer. Information kiosk doesn't operate. Online mapping tool doesn't operate. So shuttle bus is the correct answer. Yes, the shift supervisor will definitely be able to. Now this is a complete sentence. So we can click. Make a change in schedule. No. Determine your driver's name. This can be correct. Identify a forgotten bag. There was no forgotten bag. Monitor customer service is not required. Determine. However, the drivers are assigned set routes and schedules until October. You will most likely be able to. So he's saying that till October, the drivers have set routes. So you will be able to do what? Thank your driver when you next catch the bus. Suggest that our drivers wear name tags. Remind all our bus drivers to be on time. Consider establishing information kiosks. No, you should be able to thank your driver when you catch the next bus because we have set routines until October. Thank you again for writing. Sincerely, and this is the center of the email, right? So this is how we are going to attempt reading part 1 of the CELPIP exam. I hope this video has been helpful to you and you'll be able to clear the exam whenever you get this kind of question. So all the best, guys. Take care. Good luck.